You know, the general consensus at that time when we were looking at buying for $30,000 was the fact that the name had been pretty...
It was pretty strong, right?
It was strong, but it had also been dirtied up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what the guys did want to go back there for. Look, there was a few places, maybe in... I think in Puerto Rico there was a few debts left there from them.
From the name and
yeah, and then there was a few problems. $25,000 was owed to Surfing WA for a long time.
Okay.
In fact, the APB had to try and pay some of that debt back for a long time.
Jeez.
Although it wasn't even our debt, we just had to do it out of goodwill.
So
you know, there was it was badly managed, and unfortunately in the end, like for instance in Australia, we couldn't get government funding after the South Coast Crusade because they paid 50 grand or something to run the contest or to invest in the contest, and no one filled any paperwork out to send it back to the government.
Right.
And so they said, we're not going to touch bodyboarding. So that's why we didn't have a World Tour event in Australia for so long, to tell you the truth. Only just recently did they have the trust in us, and it's a new association. We finally, after several meetings, got back in there, and we have a 3-year contract for Kiama.
And
which is great news.
We should probably, it's probably a team effort, but I think Alex Leon really did a lot of work on that. Right?
Alex is the man for that stuff. He's been incredible. And, I did events and tourism, so I had a Cert 4 and I was going on through a diploma when I got the job with the IBA.
Okay.
So I had some history of running contests and events, and I run some conferences and, book launches and stuff. So I was an events kind of guy. I really love events. It's always something different challenge every day. It's not like going to work 9 to 5, the same gig. But when I left, Alex was effectively a crane driver, and they threw him into that position. And man, I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of Alex because everything that he learned is self-taught, and he's just done an incredible job. And he's a bodyboarder through and through.
Yeah, totally.
He loves the sport.
Totally.
He's always been, let the guys feel like they've got some ownership on the whole thing, and let them have a say in the whole thing as well. So, look, Alex is responsible for all of that stuff with the government. That's what he does behind the scenes as the CEO.
Yeah.
I'm more the foot soldier that's down here at the contest and making sure that everything adds up.
Yep. That's cool. Big shout out to Alex Leon. Recently engaged, also bun in the oven.
Yes, got a little baby coming through towards the end of the year. Maybe, hope it doesn't come through during the Kiama contest. That's going to be a big month for
Let's
it.
put a lid on it for that one, because you've got a job to do. Just kidding. All right, well, that's the history lesson of the organisational side of the sport. I mean, a question came to my mind, though, also. Actually, the reason I was asking about the assets was because, if there's heaps of content, maybe we should crowdfund something to get all that content back. It's probably worth $5,000 today, right?
Probably. We could maybe
When was the $30,000 offer done?
That was years ago.
Yeah.
So,
it's like $5,000 today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
maybe,
cool.
Maybe the investors are watching this.
Maybe
you guys
we'll
want
get
some
that.
cocktail party.
That's all we got.
Yeah, that's right. But there's some cool stuff in there. I was speaking to Brahim the other day, and a few other guys who were around at that time.
Exactly
as well.
right.
And it did break the hearts and dreams of a lot of kids, man. It had a profound effect on the progression of the sport and the momentum that we had at that time.
Yeah.
I always dream about if that didn't happen, where we'd be today.
Yeah, but we're here.
Yeah.
We're in Brazil, and we're trying to bloody finish a comp, and we're going to get it finished.
We're going to get it finished. Yeah, man. We're going to got at least one really good day of surf, so we know that. And we can finish the contest in one day. We compress the whole thing.
Yeah, mix it up.